The weirdest thing ever. So welcome everyone, this is Hygin Delimat and that's a webinar on inversions, so things that we do upside down. I designed this webinar for all of you to practice and get better with handstands and other kinds of upside down movements at home. So yeah, I'm really happy that there are already 12 of you here, as I see on the chat section. So I just imagine that you are right now watching, so I will I will be very happy to hear your feedback anytime on the chat. So YouTube has a chat. At the same time you can also be connected via Zoom, but that only makes sense if you show me your videos, because of course the good camera is the one that I'm talking to right now, and this is the one that is on YouTube. So if you want the good camera, use the YouTube. If you want me to see you, turn on your cam on Zoom, so I will see you on Zoom. But I don't recommend you looking at me on Zoom. So, having that said, I designed this course to progressively improve the handstand and headstand and shoulder stand and generally the inversion techniques. So we are not going to go on cold water right away. We are going to progress step by step, because I don't want you to get injured, and I think generally the process of learning to be upside down is something that takes a longer time. It's not something that you will be able to achieve like in one class, but it is something that if you progressively keep on learning every day something, or every second day something, you will eventually achieve it, like I did, even though I did not have any prerequisites to be, great at it. But somehow I managed to learn it, and I managed to learn it very slowly, so I managed to learn it from very different angles, and that's what I would love to share with you today. So I will make this as a portion of distilled knowledge that I collected over the years, and I think that this is perhaps, in my opinion, the fastest way of getting there, to be comfortable upside down, to be comfortable in handstand. Alright, having that said, I need you to be equipped with certain gear. So for this webinar, these are the things that we have at home, so I'm not gonna invent some stretchy mats or anything, but if for your own comfort, it's good to have a mat like I have, so any kind of yoga mat or a towel or anything that will make it easier for you to be on the floor. That's helpful, that's number one. Number two is a chair. So I have a chair here, that's how a chair looks like. It can be any chair, I don't mind, it can be even a sofa, but something that you can step over. And last but not least, a bit of a wall. So I have a very tiny wall over here, I have another bigger one over there. I'm gonna use the tiny one, but I imagine you probably need a little bit bigger piece of wall. What else? Comfortable clothes. That's really important, that that you can move your legs, actually, because legs are really important in doing any kind of movement. Also handstand, even though it's on the hands. And what else? I guess that's one more thing, a pillow. I strongly recommend having some kind of pillow, because when we're gonna do the headstands, you're gonna use a little bit of it's not so nice to put your head on the floor, it's just at some point, for practice, it's good to practice on something soft. There is a pillow over there under your... So I have my flatmate here, Lucas. Hey Lucas, I'm very happy that he joined me, so I'm not alone. So I have someone live, I have video here live, and I have you on the chat. So let's go right to it. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna warm up and prepare our instrument for the job, because I think it's important that we do really good warm-up so that you can have the least possibilities of injuries there are. So let's start with rotating the arms like this. So they call it figure 8, we all know this. Like, you can make this movement quite fast. I'm not playing any music, but if you feel like having some kind of nice tunes in the background, that's all up to you. Now, let's take our arms and let's shake them like that. And you're gonna slowly open them to the side. Ah, I feel something already. Oh gosh. And we're gonna keep on shaking them upwards. And downwards. Now let's go take the shoulders and make circles with the shoulders. So go circles to the back. And circles to the front. Great. Now we take the head. The head is really important because whenever we practice something upside down, there can be some sudden movement and then sometimes the muscle react to protect the spine. They contract very fast, and then you have this strong contraction that stays over a week in your body. So in order to avoid that, we do warm up the head. So we circle the head. Both directions. I can look right and left, just in case. A little bit more, warming up the head. It's never too much warming up the head. Maybe just like this, just to finish off the head. Great. So, can you see me? Yes, perfect. Having that said, let's focus. Let's keep on warming up. And let's make those circles. So we go on all fours and we make circles around. So when you make circles, you want to reach as far as you can over the arms and to the side. So you're getting your body accustomed to these positions, these more extreme positions. You make circles around. Now when you are here, you don't want to be dropped down like this. You want to be pushing up onto the arms. So this movement of pushing up, in fact, let's just do the movement of pushing up. So you're going to go dropping between the shoulders and pushing up. The arms are all the time long. You drop and you push up. So you want to get accustomed to this movement. Now that's already a great warm-up, and now let's continue doing the circles while being up on top of the arms. And the other way around. Now we're gonna walk up and go down. So you're gonna walk your way up and walk your way down. It's very small, but you wanna keep going with your pelvis above your arms. Don't worry, I will try not to kill you with the first warm-up exercises, but believe me, they're important. And finish. So we prepared this part of the body a little bit more for the job. Are you feeling something, Lucas?
I'm feeling good.
Great. So we're gonna continue with warming up the body, and this time I would like to get in a position like this, and we're gonna lift the legs and lift the arms. So lift the legs, lift the arms, and pull the stomach in and release it. One more time. Lift the arms, lift the legs, and pull the stomach in. And release it. One more time. One more time, and pull the arms and pull the legs. And reach far with the arms, reach far with the legs. And down. Maybe one more time and reach. Pull the arms and pull the legs. And down. So we try to make our torso a little bit more activated. A little bit, right? As they say, a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. Now, let's do the other way around. So, we're just gonna lift, let's just go first just with the arms. Lift the arms. And put them down. One more time. Lift the arms and the head. And put them down. Now, if you can, you do the same with the legs. So, everything together. If it's too much, just one leg. And the other leg. And that's it for now. Now we travel with this warm-up a little bit lower. We continue throughout our body. We go to the legs now. The legs are really important. The legs are really important because if you want to go upside down, you're going to use this swinging motion. Often, we're going to use the swinging motion. Often, these motions are not going to be very coordinated to start with. If things are not coordinated, there is a very, very big potential for injury. That's why we want to minimize it by warming up the hips and the legs. So let's go to this position. It's gonna lounge. It's something like this, 90 degrees here, and reach up with the arm, and you go down and up. Is it too much? If it's too much, take something, go closer to the wall and use it for balance, because that's okay. And let's change the leg. So again, you can use the wall for balance. See what you're writing. Ah, hello. Łukasz. Good. So, now we are going to, I'm putting the camera a little bit higher. Now we're going to do just a variation of the squat. So you're gonna go down and up, but we're gonna do it with going with the head, diving through and going up like this. So it's a variation of the squat but with a little bit of a twist. So just gonna go hop, hop, still making squat, go with the head, diving through. So you're going under the water and above the water and then come back. So this also, guess what, warms up the spine, not only the legs. 2 in 1, we are very efficient with time. Let's do it faster. And up. Now, last but not least, let's just do some circles. Are you feeling warm?
I'm feeling really pretty hot.
We have no air circulation in this room, but that's okay. It's for the noise reduction. Alright, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep on going with the legs. We keep on going with the legs and you're gonna... Can everyone do this? I hope everyone can do this. So we go in this position and we just take the leg up. So take care that nothing is behind you and just lift the leg up. Just lift the leg up. Nothing else, just lift the leg up. And change the leg and lift the other one up. So getting used to this motion. We're not going on the handstand at all, we're just lifting the leg up. And one more time the other leg. And one more time the other leg. And go up. How are you feeling? Hope you're feeling good. We take a little break. You can walk through the room. Take it easy. We're gonna continue with the first. We're gonna continue with the first inversion. That is, I am interested in something called shoulder stand, and that is basically when you stand on your shoulders. Pretty obvious. As the name says, in yoga there exists a position like this, and I would be interested in first getting into this position. So there is this in yoga. So what it is really is the legs are together, you're taking them over yourself. So they're taking them over yourself. So legs taking them over yourself, and when they are over yourself, you take the arms under your pelvis, here, and you take the legs up. So you walk your arms closer to your ribs, and down to the elbows, and you go down. So this is the first inversion. It's very simple, very achievable. The weight is between our shoulders and our head. No, our elbows and our head. That's what I want to say. Right? But what I'm actually interested in is going into this position. And I'm not asking you to go into this position right now, but I'm showing you where are we going to. Eventually. So how can we prepare for this efficiently? So this is a very good position because you can really practice the feeling of upside down. And I think the feeling of upside down is something that we as human beings are not very accustomed to. So it's something good to practice. And this position is easy enough to have this practice in place. So I am first going to show you how to not achieve this position, how to fail this position, and then if you learn properly how to fail this position, then we can learn the position itself. Alright? So the first and most important is the forward roll. So this position is you're gonna put the the elbow on the ground. The arms are more or less together, close to each other. Elbow goes on the ground. Shoulders go close to the arm. So one more time. Elbow goes to the ground. Shoulder goes next to the arm. The head goes next to the arm as well. So elbow, shoulder, head. One more time. Elbow, shoulder, head. And now when you're in this position, you push up with this elbow. Push up with the elbow a little bit, so pushing up, so you create this force. So I will show you the other way. So you step, 1, 2, the head, and now you push up, so you create this little force upwards. So you push up, push up. Now the pushing up is quite important. So you go elbow, shoulder, and now it's important also that you have space in front of you, because we are going to now roll. So you're gonna organize yourself so you have a space in front of you. So you're gonna go elbow, shoulder, head, and you keep on walking. So you see my feet, they keep on walking as close to yourself as possible, as close to yourself as possible until you roll. And this is what we're trying to achieve here. One more time. So, elbow, shoulder, feet are walking, and you roll. The other side, elbow, shoulder, head, pushing a little bit, feet are walking as close to you as possible. Exactly. So, in order to make this fall very smooth, you have to walk with your feet as close you have to make yourself as small as possible. So you're gonna go really, really small, palm, roll. Really, really small, and roll. See what you say. Good, yeah? It's going good. So the thing that can happen is that you fall over the side. So for example, you go here and then you go over the side. Well, it's not so bad. Let's say you're still alive, and this is what we are trying to learn. How to continue being alive after you fall from, let's say, headstand. So if you fall to the side, it's okay, but the idea is that you keep on going forward. So, palm. Exactly. So you also want to make your torso like round. So the more round you are, the easier it is to save yourself, basically. Very good, Lucas. Pretty good. Thank you. So now the next step is we are going to do the same but over the head. Now this is when it becomes a little bit dangerous. So this is the last thing you want to do. Like, you don't want to get into this position, but you want to know that this position exists, and then eventually this can happen, and if this happens, you want to be able to save yourself. So how to do a forward roll? Forward roll is exactly the same, except instead of going over the side, you're going to go over the front. So what you do, you go on top of the head, and then you take the head here. So this requires a little bit of strength in your arms. This requires a little bit of strength. You want to put this part actually on the floor. But for this you need to really push with the arms. Now, most of you will not have to learn this position. If you have this coordination, it's much more safe and it's much better. So I strongly recommend to go with this coordination. Whatever happens, always try to go slightly over the side. Don't go over the front. Going over the front requires more strength and more coordination, and I think it's possible to use it, but it takes a long time to train it, so it's safe. While this thing are always safe. So I strongly recommend this. So when you're going over the front, all you need to remember is you want to bend at some point the elbow, put your shoulder on the ground. And if you're on the head, all you need to do is slide your shoulder down, slide your head away, and that's what's gonna help you. Yeah, slide your head away and put your shoulder on the ground. Exactly. It's pretty straightforward. Like this, you're gonna save yourself every time if you're falling this direction, which is the scary one, which is the one that you're gonna feel uncomfortable with falling into. But let's continue with the idea of the inversion. So how can I, instead of rolling, how can I step up? So we're gonna start in this position. Again, you wanna have some space. Start in this position, put the arm here, put the other arm here, and put the shoulder. Now, you want to create a triangle. So not anymore like this, but you want to create a triangle. So this is a triangle. Everyone sees the triangle, I hope so. And in this triangle is the power. So you are pushing from this triangle. And now you're putting this arm as on one of the ends of triangle. One of the points of the triangle. And now you walk yourself up. You walk yourself up. And you lift your leg. Only one leg, lift it up. The other knee, lift off the floor. The leg, lift up. And you go down. That's enough to try. Let's try one more time. I show you the other side. So one more time. Putting the arms, bending, putting the shoulder and the hand in forming of a kind of a triangle, putting the arm here, keeping the triangle equilateral, pushing up, lifting the leg. Very good. Now let's go back to the other side. Now both sides, they're gonna feel different. So start practicing the side that feels good for you, and then translate this knowledge to the other side. So one more time, we put the arm triangle. Now we take the leg up, and now we want to put the leg on top of the elbow. So this elbow is strong, and on top of the elbow we put the leg. Now we lift the other one. Whee! And the other side. Or the same side, if you feel like. I'm really not fixed on, learning in both sides. Like, you have to take enough, time for, and enough way. Like, you have to do it in your own way. It's not gonna be like, learning is not about strictly following the rules. Learning is more about, in my opinion, about finding the best way of how you can achieve the movement. So please do not feel obliged to follow me exactly. So, the other side, you push, triangle, lift your leg up, put the leg on top of the shoulder. Now, what you want to do next, so you keep on practicing this, what you want to do next, you want to put the other knee on the same elbow. So you need to make even more space. One knee, second knee. Now that's tricky, but let's try. So this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. 4 and 5 and 6 still count. Let's try. If you fall forward, you're already half of the way of the movement that we practiced before. So don't worry. Always remember to have equilateral triangle here and the arm here. Yeah, pretty cool. So, I will show you one more time. 1, 2, and then you can lift, but that's the next step. And you go down. Very good. One more time. You keep on practicing. It is really about how many times you practice this. Very good. So you want to have the pelvis as high as possible. So the idea is you don't want to be here with the pelvis, you want to take a pelvis as high as possible. So you put it one and you put it up, but in order to do it you take the pelvis up. Hop, 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 hop. Now it's not something that we will be able to achieve immediately, but you can see already that you are probably much closer than further to doing it. And it really takes some refinements of actually getting to know this position and really training yourself in order to always habitually push from this side, and then you have this triangle and then you can balance on top of the triangle. If you have a wish to drink a bit of water, you can. And I give you the responsibility of taking care of yourself. And if you feel like it's like the time, now I need to desperately drink some water, get some fresh air, please do it. I will keep on talking like crazy all the time, so don't worry. So don't worry. Let's take this little break. You can keep on practicing this movement, and I will be back in 1 minute. Let's see what you write here. So for the next thing, we are taking the pillow. Gonna use our head. So I hope all of you are familiar with the idea of headstand. But if not, I'm gonna guide you through, and don't worry, it's easier than you think, but you only need to obey certain kind of principles, and then it is really straightforward and easy. It's actually much easier than handstand, because when you are doing headstand, like assisted headstand, you still have this triangle and you have like three points of support, so like your surface of balance is very wide, whereas in headstand it's a bit smaller. It's like more like this kind of rectangle, whereas in headstand is more like a triangle, so you have like one arm, second arm and the head, or two elbows and the head, or one elbow and the head, but generally it's much bigger, so it's much easier to achieve. But let's see how we can get there. So first and foremost, you want to have understanding for where the top of the head is. So there is the head, there is the front of the head, there is a little bit further and further and further. So I would like you to first roll the head around. So you just keep on rolling your head around. So you have the feeling, oh, where is my head? So you keep on rolling the head. Keep on rolling the head. Front and back, side and side. Now, that's already nice. So you are searching for this kind of the place that is more or less the top of the head. You don't want to be somewhere here. You don't want to be somewhere here. You want to be somewhere on top of the head. Like for me, I have very clear top of the head, and I have to say that so I have very clear top of the head, and there is a lot of like yoga studios, yoga positions which use this part of the head for balancing, but I think it's a little bit uncomfortable because then your neck becomes like this, and what you want to have your neck as long as possible. So we are going to use the top of the head. You push with the arms, so you create a triangle and you push with the arms. So the way to start is you're gonna draw a triangle, equilateral triangle on the mat in your mind, and here's your head, here's your arm, here's your second arm. So you put your head not between the arms, but here far away, so you can have this nice equilateral triangle. So first just try going to this position. Just this. So you just go to the position, nothing else. Just go into the position, and that's it. So that's really important because the habitual pattern often for many people that I see is always, oh, I'm doing the headstand, but actually they're going like really in between the arms, and then it's really hard to balance. So it's really important that you train yourself to go a bit further than you think. So you are here. Now you go on this position and you lift your legs. So you lift your knees from the ground and you go down. One more time, you achieve this position and you lift your legs. Perfect. Now, let's try to fail. So we're gonna go to this position and we're gonna lift the legs, and then we're gonna go failing different ways. So you're gonna go failing in a most controlled. So basically what you want to do, you want to go off your head and slide the head to the side, any side possible, and go on top of the shoulder like the way we tried already before. So you slide the head away and you go on the ground. You go to the position, palm. Go to the position, palm. Just keep on failing a few times. Always want your head to slide away. Always use the top of the head for balance. Now, we have this beautiful device. So maybe even we don't need a mat. And we are going to try already some kind of balancing. So now the other friend that we're gonna ask for help is this guy. And I imagine that with this guy it's gonna be much easier to go on top of your head. So you're gonna go on top of the head, you're gonna lift your legs. So that's number one. So you have your position, you have top of the head on the ground, and you have your friend. Now you step on your friend, and you step on your friend, and then you go down. One more time. Go to the position, lift your knees up, step on your friend. Now take your leg close to you. Step on your friend and go down. Maybe you want to be a little bit closer to your friend. It's quite straightforward. You place your arms, place your head, step on your friend, step on your friend. Now take your leg close to your chest and the heel close to your butt. And the other one, and you go back to your friend. Now if you at any point need some kind of break, if you're in a neck, it's completely understandable because it really takes time to adapt the muscles around your neck to this kind of inversion. But if you feel like you are able to do it one more time, I will show you one more time. You wanna be as close as you can to your friend. Have a triangle. Lift your knees. Go on top of your friend. Place the knee close to your chest, the heel close to your butt, and another one the same position. And you go back. Wonderful. Wonderful. Introduction to headstand. We're not gonna go all the way. I believe that really we need to adapt. I'm sure you always want to go all the way straight up, but I think that there is time and place for everything, and I believe that it's really important to practice first a little bit of strength in the neck before we go hardcore headstand. Just for trying something else, so we're gonna go to the yoga variation. The yoga variation you're probably all familiar with is you put the arms like this and you put your head in between the arms. You push with your elbows. Push with your elbows. So you go push with your elbows. So your elbows are now your arms, and you put your legs up. So your knees up, and you go on top of your friend, and you go down. Pretty much the same thing. What is really important if you do the yoga variation is that your elbows they are really close to each other, because naturally your elbows will slide out like crazy into this kind of very, very wide angle. But what you want to do, you want to have your elbows very, very close to each other, because it's a triangle. So you want to have your elbows very close to each other. You step on your friend, and then you can go close to you, and then you go down. And that's pretty much it for the headstand. Yes, so you want to be even closer. So the way it can be hard at the moment is because your friend is very far away from you. But you can have your friend much closer to you. So I'll show you one more time. So maybe you start from this position. Let's go for the first one. You put it here. You go on top of the friend. Now it's much easier. It's a little bit different because you need to have your legs a little bit in different position, but it's also gonna make your practice easier. So that's definitely something you can practice at home. I think if you start to be comfortable in being in balance in this very, very tiny position with your knees close to your chest, then I feel that you can be comfortable with all these other positions. Great. So I will show you. So this is something I would like you to practice at home. So eventually you want to be able to be in this position. Basta. This is a very, very good foundation for any kind of balance. Always get to the very tiny position first, and then you start to open like a flower to all these other beautiful positions. Having that said, let's continue. Let's continue in direction more balancing on top of the heads. So there is something that some people love to try before they go really, really handstand, and I think this is really fun. So let's give it a go. It's something called a crow or a frog. I don't really know which one of this is correct, but it's a kind of hand balance where you are still on two arms but much, much closer to the ground. So it makes it much, much easier for the head to get used to. So let's have our pillow in front of you. But now we're gonna go, the arms are bent, and we put the knee on top of the arms. So the knee go on top of the arms, the knee go on top of the arms. So basically you want your arms as stable as you can, big open arms, pushing with your fingers, and put the knee on top of the elbow. And you have your head, so the top of the head is ready to get the weight of the body. So one more time. You go on top of the head, so you go hop, palm. Now the idea is you are able to balance, so you want to have your knees going close to your butt. Pretty good. If this is too hard for you, because you're so sensitive, it's okay. You can put it first on the side of the elbows, like that. This is how a lot of people started. So you go on the side of the elbows and you try to balance. It's much easier, it's even closer to the ground. This one a bit further from the ground, a bit harder. Fitness goals. I don't think this is necessary for doing handstand. I just think it's fun. And I think it's something interesting to try. And if you think about it, it's just about shifting weight, because it's like with this kind of things, it's never about like, oh, I need so much force to bring my legs up. No, You just need to be one stable thing that when you put it on top of something and you just shift the weight, it will just stay this one thing, and it's like having a wooden block on top of, I don't know, another wooden block, and just tilting the weight a little bit. It just goes by itself. So you don't need any extra force to lift your legs up here. So basically you go into this position, let's go with the easy variant, and you just stay very, very solid, and you just shift the weight, as opposed to trying to lift these legs. So you're just gonna go pan, shifting the weight, not lifting. I think this is really important to understand, because the game of balance is a very, very fine-tuned game. It's not something that requires a lot of force. It's not something that requires a lot of fitness hours. It's more something that is really about this tiny little variations of where your weight is at the moment and what is your body tone at the moment, and can you control the weight. And I think it's the more precise you get, the little force you're gonna use, because you don't need this super strong body to be able to be upside down. And this position is it's just a manifest to it. Exactly. Very good, Lucas. So I think what really helps here is to also understand what is the easy thing for the body. So for example here I see Lucas was doing like this, the arms, but it's really important to go 90 degrees with the arms, so you're using the least force possible for the muscles, because muscles, they constantly work against the gravity, and you want to use the structure, the skeletal structure of the bones. So you want the bones to be on top of each other, so like this you use the least force on your arms. So here, for example, in this example, you want to bring your lower arm to 90 degrees to the floor, and this is where you're gonna use the least amount of force in order to hold this position. Now the same thing applies to everything. So when you go headstand or when you go handstand, you always want to align your bones on top of each other so that they have the ease to to distribute the weight, so that you don't need to use extra force in order to keep yourself upside down. Alrighty. I hope you're doing well. Let's see what you're writing here. Oh, very nice. Awesome. Awesome to have you all here. I'm really happy that you're all here with me, and yeah, I'm having a much fun too. So let's progress towards more extreme inversions. Very extreme. Not so extreme. I mean, it's in the reach of us all. So let's take our friend again. So this is our friend. And we're gonna now go on top of the arms. In fact, before we start, one more.
Sorry, I forgot.
In fact, one more thing we do is shifting the weight. So before we start, we just gonna go shifting the weight from one arm to another arm. Now this is really important, so you wanna push with the arm. You don't wanna lift the arm like this. You wanna push with the other arm so that this one is just leaving the floor by itself. So you push the arm, push the arm, push the arm. So you're gonna walk, 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 push the arm. In fact, lift the knees, push the arm. Now, every time you push the ground, you want to make sure that you that the center of gravity of the arm, of the hand, is here in the middle and not here. So when you push, you do a lot of work with your fingers. So you're gonna push with the fingers, and the center of gravity of the arm is in the middle. So you have this push with the fingers. Very good. Okay. Constantly getting warm, constantly getting closer to this upside down feeling. Now, let's go with the arms, put them on the ground, put the knee on top of a friend, arms are really here, and we're just gonna go up. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go forward, and we're gonna go back. So you gotta lower yourself down and push yourself up. Lower yourself down and push your pelvis up. Lower yourself down and push your pelvis up. And leave it. Take a little rest. Very, very good. So, we're gonna have a second go on this. So you take a little rest, and we're gonna have a second go on this. So you don't want to kill yourself too much, but this is the kind of exercise that I would strongly advise you to do already at home. So this is a kind of, this could be your homework, just taking the pelvis up on top of the arms and bringing it down, taking it up, bringing it down. One more time. So, start here. I show you from the other side. Going down. Down, going up, going down, going up, going down, going up. Yeah, that's it. That's it for this exercise. I think cannot go too much, because if you go too much, if you burn your muscles too much, if you go too far with your muscles, the next day you won't be able to do anything, and we want to avoid that. So, having that said, good?
Very good.
Awesome. Having that said, let's go to the wall. Let's go to the wall and let's already try some exercises with the wall. So how can you use the wall for you to help with handstand? I put the camera a little bit more direction the wall. See how this works. Yeah, that's pretty cool, pretty neat. About here. Perfect. And direction the wall. So, how do we use the wall? Like, one pro tip for you is when you start to use the wall and when you start to use your sweaty feet on top of the wall, they might leave marks. So I just want you to take your own responsibility on, you know, your wall having some kind of sweat marks afterwards. So I really hope your feet are as clean as possible. So you don't have like them black and dirty. I hope you took a shower, and I hope you will not make this wall suffer too much. So the important thing is we're gonna go we're gonna go here, close to the wall, so let's say 20 centimeters to the wall, and you're gonna swing your leg in direction the wall. Swing your leg direction the wall, 20 centimeters. The arms they are close to you, so, and they are parallel. So you don't want to have your arms like this. You don't want to have your arms like this. You want to have your arms parallel next to each other, and you want to have your arms not too wide apart, but more or less shoulder width. And what I mean by shoulder width, not like your muscle shoulder width, but your bone shoulder width. So where your bone is, because you want to align your bone as in the easiest anatomical position as possible. So this is your position of your arms, 20 centimeters, and you're just gonna go up, and you can try with the other one, and hopefully you get to the wall, and then you go down. So I suggest that you try just going up and down first. Up and down first. It might be that today it's not gonna be possible, but it's okay because it's our first day. Very good. So if you see it's very difficult, take it easy. It may take some time. So now we're gonna do this again. So one more time. 20 centimeters from the wall. I will show you from this side. It's a little bit less of a wall for me, but maybe for you it's easier to see. So, go closer to the wall. That's really little amount of wall, but no problem. So we're gonna go up. And you're gonna go down. Very good. So it's really important that you really have just the 20 centimeters from the wall. If you're very far from the wall, it's gonna be really difficult. And if you feel you're getting dizzy, if you feel like it's too much, just take a break. Don't overdo it. The important thing about this exercise, whenever you go down, you wanna go down as silent as possible. So you don't wanna make noise when you go down. It's not just for the neighbors, but it's also for you, learning how you controllably go down so that your body can not get all this crazy impact every time you go down. So you want to use your arms like your legs like in running. You want to be like a cat with your legs absorbing the shock. So you don't want to destroy your body just by the fact of going down from being upside down. So let's try one last time, just for the sake of going down. So when you go down, you want to go down like a cat. Do it for your neighbors. Or for my neighbors. Very good, very good, very good. Nice. Beautiful, Lucas. Okay. So, having that said, now let's do the other way around. So we walk up the wall from the other side. Again, if it's too much, at this point you can take a break. But if you feel you have a little bit more energy in your wrist, in your shoulders, because it's really often goes down just to this wrist, you know, getting tired because they're not used to. But if you feel you have still a little bit more energy there, then we can walk up the wall. So, having that said, you go behind to the wall, very close. Again, you make your feet clean. Hopefully they are clean enough so that we're not gonna have to paint it over. And you're gonna go step higher than your pelvis and push. And that's it. And you're gonna go down. So yeah. Exactly. Yes. Very good. Now, one more time. Walking up. Now, when you're the highest possible, you can walk the arms up, but only if you're strong enough to walk them back down. So that will be the next level shit. So you walk yourself up, and then you walk your arms so that you're really close to the wall. If you're strong enough to do it, do it. If not, take it for the next time. So I'll show you one more time. I'm walking up here. Now you're walking the arms close to the wall. And then you walk back. Now you really need this energy for walking back as well. And remember, you go down like a cat. And this is very, very, very crucial. Beautiful. So again, that's the very first day. So we don't want to kill you. I want you to be healthy. I want you to survive over this series. So let's do one more thing that I think is very, very important, is how you prepare yourself for future. So you just go a little bit more light. So how you prepare your range, because also what you need for your handstand is not just the strength, but it's also the range. And especially what I mean by range, I mean the range in the wrist and in the range in the shoulder, because this is where often people are really stiff and they often are like this, but in fact you want to open up here. So you want to have this as long as possible, so that you don't have to overcompensate with like a banana shape in your body like this, but you go straight here and this goes straight as well. So we're gonna do a little bit of a stretch for this. So I'm gonna show you on this wall. So you take your arms and you go with your head through the arms, just like that, and you slide down, slide down, slide down, arms close to you. One more time. You can go a bit wider, but I don't really have the wall here, so I'm going really thin, which is also really good. You open up this part of your body, open up, and when you do it, you also try to already press with the fingers into the wall. Open up, press with the fingers. Show it from this side as well. Open up, press with the fingers. Breathe. Great. So another exercise we can do is to open this range here. So this part of the shoulder. So you place your arm. So let's say, if imagine that the wall is here. I place my arm parallel to the wall, and now I just rotate myself away from the wall. So I will show you one more time from this side. So I place myself 90 degrees to the wall, I push with my fingers, and I just rotate myself away from the wall. Very nice. That's comfortable.
Easy.
Easy cheesy.
Feels so good.
Right. So let's try this way again. You open yourself. And one more time. Open yourself. Now you take these arms. Now you look into your thighs and you contort yourself in order to find a place on your thigh, like that. If it's not possible, you find your way. So you have to find your way. If this is really not possible, so one more time, you can really contort yourself so to find a position, contort yourself to find a position. But if this is not possible, you go on in sitting on the arm on the floor like this. This is also fine. This everyone can do. And you stretch this direction, so you elongate this side, elongate this side. But again, if you can do this, I suggest being efficient and not relying on the presence of the floor. Imagine you're on top of a very high metal pole, you still can do stretching like that. So you don't need a wall or floor. Anyway, let's do exactly opposite. So we're gonna rotate our arms like this. And you're also gonna find either the space on the floor or the space on the thigh. And you stretch this way. Now, you're gonna do the classic stretch here. Now, what you wanna take care is that your shoulder is not high like this, but you drop your shoulder as down as possible. The arms is straight, and you push with this arm against this arm. So your shoulder is not up, your shoulder is down. The other side, shoulder is down. Something I haven't done for a very long time. But we're all familiar with this. The idea is you try to touch, but if you cannot touch, it's already just enough that this stays in the shoulder and you push with the head against. So you want to push with your arm here and push with your head against the other arm. So you open this part of the body again. So you open, 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 like this. And the other side. You keep it in and you push with your head and you push with your arm against. Open. Great. The last thing, take the arms, so you grab the wrist of the other arm and you pull it behind you. You can change the grip, pull it behind you. And that's pretty much it. So, what's the time now? Perfect. So in this point of time, I am really open to your questions. So I don't give you a homework yet. I feel that you remember some of the movements with the chair, especially, that you can remind yourself at home. And if you want to go through some of this movement again, please do it. I think it's really important that that you always warm up before you try anything at home. So never go like just straight into it, because if you go straight into it, that's a potential for injury, and you don't want that. You want the progress to be very, very persistent, but also very, very controlled. You don't want to like suddenly interrupt your progress. You want to go step by step. In a very controlled manner. So you find some of these movements, you can practice them in your own pace. I think on Tuesday I will start giving you like a real homework, things that you can do every day. But for now I feel that this is already a lot of information, and I feel that it's really important that you make your choice already based on what we did today. If I can only suggest you something, I can suggest you the thing with the top of the head, so headstand with the chair, and this thing on the hands with the chair. And if you could just practice these two things, I would be very, very happy. Other than that, right now I will tell you something about the course, and then I will be very, very open for your own questions, so you can post questions in the chat, and I will try to answer in the last 10 minutes. But before that, let me just tell you about the course. The next meeting is on Tuesday at 6, and then again on Sunday at 5. So between Tuesday and Sunday there's gonna be a lot of homework, and we're gonna meet every time, and every time you get new information, and hopefully we will make a progress together. There is a version of this course that you can have 4 classes in a row, or you can have all the 8 classes in a row, or you can have just one drop-in class. Like, please, if you like this idea, register at my website, so the webinar.hygindelimat.com, and there you have the course, and there you can choose your options. It's really, really affordable, so you know, it's not a big investment, but I feel that I can share a lot of process with you, and I feel that we can controllably grow together, getting better at handstands and inversion, getting like our body like mobilized in this upside down. And one more thing I want to say, it is not that I had to have a special kind of body in order to achieve being upside down. I think just by being upside down I achieve a certain kind of body. So I think the body has this incredible ability to adapt to what we are training, and I would like to approach this course as I would approach learning handstand if I had all this knowledge from today, and I wanted to make it as fast as possible. So if you want to join me on this journey, please register for one of the courses. They're really affordable. Yeah, but right now I'm waiting for your questions, so please, I'm really happy to hear from your impressions, and basically, yeah, anything, ask me anything. I'm here for you next 10 minutes. I'm really happy that you are all here. Please ask me some questions, and yeah, I'm looking forward to hear from you.
Alright.
What do you mean the arm is broken? Ja. So, good load of on the neck and shoulder. I wish for some more wrist mobility exercises. Okay. All right. So for the wrists, if you want to make your wrists, much stronger at home and very, very quickly, I recommend to do this exercise. So you go on your fingers, and then between the fingers, and then on the ground, and you push yourself up and go on the fingers and go down, and you just keep on doing this like this with as much weight as comfortable for you at the moment. And again, like a cat, so you want to not just drop it, but you want to be like controllably going down. And you make this repetition, and like this you get your wrist much stronger very quickly. You can make it to the music like boom tum boom boom tum boom boom tum boom boom. So you can go on 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a fantastic exercise to just get your wrist going, strengthen your wrist. And so on. So that's for your alkis. When are the classes, days and time? So the classes, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Vienna time, and Sundays at 5 p.m. Vienna time as well. So that you can do this like after work and not yet too late, but that was my idea, so that you can fit it in your own schedule and it's still not too late, so your still body is still awake. So that, I hope, answers your question. What else? Inception. Oh, did I say Wednesday? Oh fuck! Shit. Shit. Yep, they're Wednesdays, not Tuesdays, Wednesdays. I'm sorry, Wednesdays. Cool. Yeah, please be with me. 3 more minutes. I'm looking forward to hear your feedback and anything you wanna know. Again, if you have some questions, I'm really happy to answer anything. I really hope your arm is really not broken. Michał, I really hope your arm is not broken. Good exercise for the wrist, the shoulders. See you next Sunday. W zgodzie z naturą, Tomek. W zgodzie z naturą i w zgodzie ze sobą przede wszystkim. Alright, thank you so much for being here and see you soon. You were wonderful. And yeah, I'm so glad you were all here. I will finish the transmission now. I had really fun. I never did something like that, so please excuse me for my little technical difficulties every now and then, but I really feel that this is a nice format that we can continue and yeah, just have a good time. I really hope to bring you closer to this confidence upside down. I think this is a good word. Confidence upside down. That was Hygin. Bye!